Hello, our dear supranational audience. Welcome to the Miss Supranational 2024 experience. Welcome to Super Chats, episode 1. Tonight, I'm honored and privileged to be joined by the first wonderful group of Miss Supranational 2024 candidates. Please welcome Miss Supranational India,
Hi.
Miss Supranational Canada,
Hello.
Miss Supranational United States Virgin Islands,
Hello.
Miss Supranational Denmark,
Hi.
Miss Supranational Pakistan,
Hi.
Miss Supranational Haiti,
Bonsoir, Ivan. Bonsoir, everyone.
Miss Supranational New Zealand.
Hello.
Each of the candidates will have to answer 4 questions. Question number 1 is just a basic introduction. Number 2, they will be answering personal questions based on the facts that we've learned from their biographies. Questions number 3 will be questions submitted by Miss Supranational fans. And question number 4 is one and the same for all candidates in this amazing group. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that each and every one of you can support your favorite and help her advance to the next round of the experience. Take a look below the video. There's a voting link there. The voting goes on in the Miss Supranational app. So make sure you have this app on your device and make sure you have voted for your favorite after you have watched our episode. I think everybody's ready. Let's get it started. Rachel, Miss Supranational Canada, welcome to the Super family. Welcome to Super Chats. Thanks for joining. Could you please briefly introduce yourself to our supranational audience?
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel. I am 23 years old, working in human resources, and I am so proud to be representing Canada. I am always hungry for new experiences. Stepping outside of my comfort zone, I find it really helps me grow as an individual. So I am very excited for the supranational experience to learn more about myself and other cultures.
And we're excited to get to know you, Rachel. Thank you very much for this short introduction. Miss Supranational Denmark 2024, Victoria, welcome to Super Chats and welcome to the Super family. Can you please briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you for having me. My name is Victoria Larson. I'm 21 years old. Currently, I'm studying communication and rhetorical studies whilst minoring in real estate. Having a Danish father, an Indian mother, and having lived abroad in so many countries has given me a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of the world around me. I am passionate about addressing the issues of homelessness, and that's my From the Ground Up project, Sheltering Souls, focuses on addressing these issues by creating awareness and also inspiring others to make an impact.
Great meeting you, Victoria. Miss Supranational Haiti, Tarlene, great to meet you. Thanks for joining. Could you please briefly introduce yourself to our big supranational audience?
Yes. Oh my goodness, Ivan. It is so good to finally meet you. Watch so many of these super chats, in preparations. And so it's just amazing to finally be here. So again, hello, bonsoir, and bonsoir to everyone. My name is Taralyn St. Elian, and I am your Miss Supranational Haiti 2024. Taralyn, okay, actually means the first part of my name actually means royal palace, high tower, and elevated place in other languages. And at the time, my mother had no idea. She just thought it sounded cute, added a little flair, with the H, the dash, and voila, there came Tara Lynn. And I just feel like it fits very, very much because ever since I was a little girl, my parents always taught me that I was royalty. And so they raised me and my siblings to carry ourselves as such and to also believe that we can aspire to be great and to do amazing things. And so I have been doing that. I am a three-time author. Look over there.
Wow.
Three-time author. I am an entrepreneur. I also am the fashion editor at Cosmopolitan, the largest young women's media brand in the world. Yes, in the world. I also do
Oh,
speaking engagements, and I'm just truly just so passionate. It is my hope that through my presentation, you see the vibrancy of Haiti, and also the love that we carry. I'm so honored to just display our regality, and just thank you so much for being here and for having me.
thank you, Taroline, and welcome to the Super Family Queen. Miss Supranational India, Sonal, happy to meet you. Looking forward to seeing you in Poland very soon. And now our big international audience are looking forward to hearing interesting facts about you. Could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Namaste. I am Sonal Kukreja. I'm a model and an entrepreneur from the vibrant pink city of Jaipur in India. My family is the heart and soul of my world. I think they're the biggest reason why I'm here today. I'm a fitness and wellness enthusiast. But more than that, I'm somebody who does not like to be bound by limitations. I want to do it all. I want to explore, try new foods, meet new people. I love to read, play football. And with my ground up project, The Pockets of Joy, I want to remind people of the little joys in life that make life worthwhile. And I hope to spread that joy wherever I go.
Great meeting you, Sonal. And welcome to the Super Family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Miss Supranational New Zealand, Meg. Meg, so happy to see you, and welcome to the Super Family. Could you please briefly introduce yourself to Miss Supranational audience?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Meg. I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I spent my early 20s studying and working in mechanical engineering, where I did a bit of engineering without borders. But from about 2019 onwards, I've actually been traveling. So I've been to more than 60 countries around the world. And now I spend half of my year in New Zealand running personal development courses for young women across the country, and half of the year traveling to new countries.
Thank you very much. Great to meet you, and looking forward to seeing you in Poland very soon. Hello, Miss Supranational Pakistan. So great to see you here in this Super Chat episode, and welcome to the Super Family. And could you please briefly introduce yourself to our super audience?
Yes. My name is Misbah Arshad and I'm 26 years old. Currently, I'm studying psychology in Germany. And one fact about me is that I love nature. I'm almost every day in nature, and even right now, nature is just close by. So I'm always in nature. I love hiking, I like biking. And since I'm a child, I've been in nature and I used to meditate there with my father. So I'm a nature kid.
Great meeting you, Miss Pan. Thank you for joining us today. Miss Supranational US Virgin Islands, Bria. Happy to finally meet you in person. Welcome to the Super Family. Could you please briefly introduce yourself to our worldwide Super audience?
As mentioned, I am Bria James, and I will be representing my territory, the United States Virgin Islands, this summer at Miss Supranational. I am so elated to be amongst queens, and I can't wait to represent. When I was younger, my mom and my dad instilled in me the importance of education and dedication. As I matriculated through school, I found a passion in science, and that brought about my platform, Shining with STEAM. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. I relocated back home to St. Croix to give back to my community and was a science teacher for 5 years. While as a science teacher, I noticed that there was a gap with the students in terms of not meeting the national marks when it comes to testing. And I tried my best to understand what can be done. So, with my platform, Shining with STEAM, it incorporates and helps students by mentorship and giving them an opportunity to understand and have a STEAM approach to doing their best every day. In my spare time, since I live on an island, I go to the beach, I snorkel, I go hiking. I'm very active in my community.
Great to get to know you, Bria, and welcome to the Super Family again. Thank you, Queens, for your introductions. It's been great to get to know you better. Now it's time for your personal questions. Rachel, Miss Supranational Canada, here's your personal question. Tell us why you have a passion for boxing.
I sort of fell into boxing, actually. I was at a street festival and I was pulled in from one of the stands. Like I said, I'm very eager to try new things, to step outside of my comfort zone. And as a cheerleader previously, boxing is a very different sport. I love the sport because it allows me not only to step out of my comfort zone, but to represent female strength in a male dominated sport and a male dominated industry. It's very empowering and it's lots of fun.
For sure. Thank you for sharing, Rachel. Miss Supranational Denmark, Victoria, here's your personal question. You say you embody a kaleidoscope of cultural influences. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Having a Danish father and an Indian mother has given me a greater understanding of East and Western cultures. It has taught me that one shoe size does not fit all, and there are different ways to living, and there are different cultures and heritages and traditions. There is no good or bad, it's all beautiful. And I'm so grateful to have this upbringing because it's given me the ability to be able to connect with people from all demographics and be able to understand their stories. And that's why I love traveling and I love both of my heritages because of the fact that I get to meet and connect with so many incredible people.
Thank you, Victoria. Tarlene, Miss Supranational Haiti, here's your personal question, and I'm 100% sure you're gonna like it. Tell us about your profession, being a fashion editor at Cosmopolitan magazine.
Yes. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, this was just such a full circle moment. So it's a long story, but I'll make it short for you. But I love story times. Okay. So I'm going to try my best. So it all started out with a blog my freshman year of college. I had this assignment to create a blog in my communications class. And turns out I loved it so much because I was able to display my faith, my fashion sense, and my encouragement because I love to also encourage people. Within that year, I was voted the best international fashion blog and the Cosmopolitan. I know. I know. And the Cosmopolitan UK Blog Awards. So that was all the way like 2013, 2014, but that was in 1 year. So my freshman year, it showed me very early on in life all the possibilities with digital media. And so fast forward to now, I graduated top of my class and everything. However, I did not have my dream job. I was just very confused. My professors were confused. My parents were confused. But ultimately, it turns out like I was just meant to be working from home, working on my own business, taking care of my mother, but also freelancing at other publications. Again, let's do another fast forward. Fast forward to
Okay.
me landing a triple book deal. And I finished my third one. And I was just like, you know what? I really miss like the fashion world. Of course, like I'm dressing up and all that stuff, but I really just miss just writing about fashion, just being in the industry, going to the fashion shows, New York Fashion Week. I love all that stuff. It's so fun. However, I just had to finish the third book. And when I was finished, I saw a job listing for Cosmopolitan. And when I tell you, I knew it was mine. So that was the only job that I applied for. And I met with the editor in chief later on. I met with the director, and I knew it was mine. And just the connection was just so real, and the timing was perfect. I truly believe timing is everything. And so when I had that interview and they asked me like, okay, what makes you sparkle, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is for me. I'm in a place in my life where I'm really just trying to have fun, and I really just love showing people how to adorn themselves in the best way, how to carry themselves in the best way. And it's amazing that I'm able to do that also in New York City at Cosmopolitan with beautiful pink offices and being around empowering women. I love that job. I love that place. And I just love being there.
Thank you for sharing your story, Tarlene. Really inspiring. Thank you very much. So now, Miss Supranational India 2024. Next up is your personal question. Tell us where you originally come from and how your life has changed since moving to Mumbai.
That's a great question. I originally come from the land of culture, history. It's Jaipur, where I grew up and I spent all of my growing up years learning and becoming the girl and the woman that I am today. But ever since I think I've come to Mumbai, I have tapped into a very new and different phase of my life. I think I've experienced so many challenges in my journey, but it's really shaped the woman that I now want to put in the world. I think I've gone from just being a girl who wanted to be her best self to now a woman who's representing a country of 1.4 billion people as we stand. And I think the thing about Mumbai is a city which is very fast paced. It keeps you on your toes. It's ever changing, very dynamic, and I love this energy. The small town girl in me is really thriving with this energy now.
Thank you very much, Sonal. It was great knowing these things about you. Miss Supranational New Zealand Mag, here's your personal question. Growing up in difficult circumstances, how did you change your narrative?
I think for me, I things happen in your life that you don't have any control over, and that's always going to be true for everyone. But what you do have control over is how you choose to react from that, and whether you make that you're a victim and you let it defeat you and you let it really impact your whole life, or if you take that and you let it fuel you. For me, with how I grew up, I chose to use it as fuel. I studied hard, I worked hard, I got a great degree, and I think I chose not to be hardened by it. You know, I chose to remain soft, to have a warm, loving heart, and to make sure that my life goal is I never want anyone to feel the way that I felt. I don't want people to feel alone or to feel worthless. And so I really work hard to make it a safe place for everyone in my life. And so I really chose to allow it to let me shine rather than to dull me.
Thank you very much for your story. Miss Supranational Pakistan, Misbah, here's your personal question. As you said in your introduction, you currently live in Germany, though you are from Pakistan originally. Tell us how you combine two key points of both cultures to be a strong, independent woman.
Thank you for the question. There are a lot of things from Germany and from Pakistan, which I'm happy that I have them because I was able, or I had the opportunity to live both cultures, which are from Pakistan. It's the traditional side, it's the emotions. Pakistani people are very emotional and very traditional, and I love to have this in me. And from Germany, I have this very intellectual side of me, and also something like a punctuality, where people in Pakistan always tell me that I'm very German, and in Germany they tell me I'm quite Pakistani because of this that emotional part of me. So I'm very happy to have this because it makes me really at the same time while I'm being this passionate woman from Pakistan, also very intellectual and a person who thinks through logic at the same time. So that makes me strong, I believe.
Thank you, Misbah. Wonderful answer. Mr. International US Virgin Islands, Bria, here's your personal question. If people in Poland ask you what your country is like when you're here in Poland, you're most likely to be asked this question. So if they ask you what your country is like, what would you say to them about US Virgin Islands?
I would say that the US Virgin Islands is small but mighty. We're actually composed of four islands: St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, and Water Island. St. Croix being the largest, with it being 84 square miles, St. Thomas 32 square miles, St. John 21 square miles, and Water Island just a few acres. We are loving people. We have great cuisines. We are welcoming, and we have the most stunning beaches in the world. I will tell my super sisters to come and visit me here in the Virgin Islands.
Thank you, Bria. Thank you. Your answers were amazing. Now, let's see what Miss Supranational fans have prepared for you. Miss Supranational Canada, Rachel, now it's your turn to answer a question from Superfans community. What would you say to people who think pageants are degrading to women?
This is actually something that I have faced in my own personal life with my family and my friendships. And I truly believe that it comes down to a lack of understanding. Having been through the pageant experience, it is something that empowers women to make a difference in themselves and in their communities. And those that have misconceptions don't understand the power that these experiences hold.
Very true. Thank you for your answer, Rachel. Miss Supranational Denmark, Victoria, now it's your turn to answer a question from Miss Supranational fans. And the question goes like this: which place in your country is your favorite destination and why?
Denmark is home to so many beautiful things, such as The Little Mermaid from Hans Christian Andersen. They have incredible pastries, and it's the home of architecture. Yet, I would direct people towards Tivoli. It's an amusement park, and it's centered in the heart of Copenhagen. I love it because it's a place for everyone, not just for thrill seekers who want to go on a roller coaster. There are concerts every Friday during summer and a variety of different food stands. And during Christmas, we even have a Christmas market. So it truly is the embodiment of hygge, which means coziness in Danish.
Yeah.
And so I would just guide you there.
Okay, thank you. I would love to visit it someday, for sure. Tarlene, Miss Supranational Haiti, your time to answer a question from Miss Supranational fan community. And I'm sure you're going to like this one pretty much as well.
Ooh.
If you could get the chance to live someone else's life, whose would you choose and why?
Oh, wow. That's a really, really great question. Okay, because we're talking so much about fashion and inspiration, let's do. Oh, I was going to say Princess Diana at first because she's such an icon. Oh, and her fashion sense was amazing. But let's say Zendaya. And I'll say Zendaya because her styling is amazing. I love her poise, her confidence. She's able to walk into any room with confidence and she shows people who she is boldly without even saying a word. And I believe I have the same power to do that. Once I enter a room, people see, oh, this is Tara Lynn. This is who she stands for. This is what she looks like. This is how she dresses. And so I just very much relate to just her styling, her poise, her class, and just also, she's also multidimensional. And as I mentioned before, with all my other accomplishments, I do a lot of things and I wear a lot of hats. And it's just beautiful to be in a culture where it's like you can succeed in anything. And I just believe that, yeah, we relate in that way. So it'd be awesome to, yeah, raid the closet and be on those shoots because, yeah, fashion shoots are also very fun.
Uh, Gotcha. Thank you, Charlie. Next up to answer a question from Miss Supranational fan community is Miss Supranational India Sonal. And what inspires you to wake up every morning and do what you do love?
I think that's a beautiful question. For the longest time, I was looking for a purpose in life. And growing up, I didn't know what that purpose was. But whenever I would watch a sport, for example, cricket, which is very much celebrated in my country, I knew that I wanted to do something that would give a feeling of pride, celebration, and joy to my country through my journey. So, now that I'm getting to live that dream, I truly believe that like every day I want to wake up and do justice to do live that dream to the fullest. And I think this whole journey of pageantry has also helped me go from like a self development and self representation point of view to now being an ambassador of India. So I wake up every day thinking that I'm living so many people's dreams and I want to do justice. I want to make sure that I live it up to the fullest and make the most of this journey.
Thanks for your answer, Sonal. Next up to answer a question from Miss Supranational fans community is Meg, Miss Supranational New Zealand. You could get the opportunity to speak to a room of abused women and girls. What would you tell them and why?
As a woman who has been abused in my lifetime, I like to think I'm a particularly good role model in this area. I think when you suffer something like that, it's so easy to let it derail your life, and you can go to some really dark places, but that doesn't have to be the defining thing in your life. You can have a full, rich, loving life outside of that. You can rise above, you can get through, and it's taking every day one step at a time. You have survived 100% of your hardest days, and if you just keep trudging through that, you're going to get there. You're going to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, and you are going to build yourself a beautiful life.
Thank you, Meg. Next to answer Miss Supranational fans' question is Miss Bob, Miss Supranational Pakistan. And it's Culture with Modernity who's asking you this question, Miss Bob, and I would like to once again thank all super fans who submitted their questions. Thank you very much, guys. They're all great. So the question from Miss Bob is the following. How does it feel to represent a country where women do not get as many opportunities compared to men?
It's actually something which makes me very proud because that way I'm able to be a trailblazer for the people, for the women after me, to give them a way to uh, get in my shoes and also chase their dreams and do. If I can do, then they can do it also. So it actually makes me proud. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Bob. Now it's Bria's turn to answer today's question from Miss Supranational fans. Bria, this is Ngaio22 who's asking this question. Once again, thank you to all of the Miss Supranational fans for submitting your questions. So the question to you is the following. How do you deal with anxiety?
Dealing with anxiety is something that I had to overcome throughout the years. When I was younger, I always wanted to make an A in my class. And whenever I didn't get an A, I would get very frustrated. So anytime when I would get tests, I would get anxiety. One way that I cope with anxiety is to pray and to review my notes prior to whatever I'm being assigned, whether it's work related or personal. I pray first, I take my time, I breathe, and then I go about. That is how I handle my anxiety.
Thank you, Bria. I'm pretty much sure you've made Miss Supranational fans super happy with your answers. And now there's going to be one and the same general question for all of you. Rachel, Miss Supranational Canada, now it's your time to answer today's general question. If you were asked to write down one or two words that describe the current situation of the world, which words would you choose and why?
I would choose the words polarized and potential. I find that social media these days, it really contributes to a polarized environment of discourse where people are online with each other and judgmental of others. But despite that polarization, I believe there's so much potential for unity and inclusion and diversity. And as a Canadian, these are values that are very close to my heart. And I think that with the popularity of social media, there's really an opportunity and potential for us to come together and create a stronger future generation.
Very true. Thank you, Rachel. Victoria, Miss Supranational Denmark, your time to answer today's general question. If you were asked to write down one or two words that describe the current situation of the world, which words would that be and why?
The word that I would describe the current situation of the world right now is love and openness. In today's age, we have technology and social media, so we are able to connect with different countries from across the globe. Now, connecting with people has become so much easier so that there is so much cultural exchange, and I think that's truly beautiful. And there is so much hope because of that, because we're able to talk to new people, converse with them, and find meaningful solutions. So those are the two words that I would pick.
Great words and great selection. Thank you. Darlene, Miss Supranational Haiti, your time to answer today's general question. If you were asked to write down just one or two words that describe the current situation of the world, which words would you choose and why?
That's an amazing question. Thank you so much for it. I would say dream bigger. Those are my words that I would share. And that is because I am someone who just believes that honestly we have the power to do anything and to be everything. Of course, it was how I was raised, but it was also how my mother encouraged me from a very young age. You know, she actually fell ill, and it was through the sacrifices and her struggle that I was able to see, like, you know what, struggles actually make us stronger. And it doesn't put us in a place of despair. We have the power to dream bigger no matter our circumstance. And so when you look around the world, you see so much going on. You see the worms, the worms. What's that? You see the wars. You see there are starvation issues. There are just so many issues that plague our earth, and it's truly just heartbreaking. But I believe that when you have a hope for a better future, when you have a hope for life, you encourage yourself and you're able to dream bigger, believe in more for yourself, for the people around you, and for your world. Thank you.
Thank you, Darlene. Welcome to the Super Family again, and see you soon in Poland. Next up to answer today's general question is Miss Supranational India, Sonal. If you were asked to write down one or two words that describe the current situation of the world, which words would you choose and why?
I think the world that we live in today, the two words that describe it is instant gratification. We truly live in a world where we want everything the snap of a finger on our fingertips. And I feel that is something that is great, but it's really gotten us away from our values. We don't realize the value of patience anymore, the importance of truly embracing life and the journey. We just want everything right away. And I think it's important for us to take a step back, to pause, to reflect, and to see what is really important to us instead of having that instant validation and instant gratification. Because I think the beauty of life really lies in the process and the journey of it.
Very true. Thank you very much for brilliant answers, Sonal. Now, Meg from New Zealand will answer today's general question. If you were asked to write down one or two words, just one or two, that describe the current situation of the world, which words would you choose and why?
I feel like there's a few directions you can go with this one. But as a person who is kind of a glass half full kind of girl, I'm going to pick hopeful. There are a lot of dark and troubling things that are happening in the world at the moment and have been happening for a while. But I see a lot of hope, especially in our younger generations who are really confident and able to hold space in a room and confident in using their voice for good and standing up for what they believe in. And I have a lot of hope in that, you know. Our youth are our future. And if they feel brave enough and strong enough to really get out there and fight for change and see that change, that's what makes me feel hopeful.
Thank you for your answer, Meg, and thanks for joining today. And looking forward to meeting you in Poland soon. Miss Supranational Pakistan Misbah, now it's your time to answer today's general question. If you were asked to write down one or two words that describe the current situation of the world, which words would you choose and why?
Well, in the past, a lot has changed, and I think right now we're in the phase where everything is constantly changing. So I would call it turbulent, because change is also always quite turbulent, if it's positive or negative, but it's always turbulent, has a very strong energy. So at the same time, um, I would say it's a very beautiful moment also. We keep learning every time we learn something new, which is beautiful, I think. So we're evolving, and that's beautiful.
Thank you. Great answer, and very, very good words to describe today's world. Thank you. Bria, Miss Supranational US Virgin Islands, here's your general question. If you were asked to write down one or two words that describe the current situation of the world, which words would you choose and why?
Hope. I would choose hope because in this world, we're seeing so many disasters, so many politics, and so much hate in the world. But through the midst of it all, I see hope. I'm optimistic, and I believe one day we will all unite as a people. Thank you.
Great. Great answer. And great word and great message. Thank you, Bria. Thank you very much, ladies. Let's be calling it a day. It was Super Chat episode 1. Let me remind you once again that you can support your favorite and help her advance to the next round of experience by voting for her in the Miss Supranational app. So make sure you have her app on your device. Take a look at the description box below this video. Click the link and vote for your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumb up. See you in episode 2 of Super Chat. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.